Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hello, hi, I am Candy or Candace, and this is a place where I like to take you guys on my art adventures, give you guys really awesome tutorials if you're starting your own small business. And when I'm not doing that, I work full-time in the animation industry. And if you are returning, thanks so much for coming back. Today, I want to share with you guys all of the knowledge that I've learned over the many years, 10 plus years of being an Etsy seller, and what I have found works the best for what I am selling now. In the past, I've used very inexpensive shadow boxes if I wanted a crisp, clean white background, but now I feel like I am a lot more playful and enjoy the type of photography that I take so much more, because before, and I'll see if I can find some old photos to show you, before it was always white because I was told, you know, my jewelry needed to be the statement piece and not what was around it. And it was just so boring. I hated taking product photography so much. And now I have so much more fun taking pictures, and you can play around with themes and, you know, holidays and that kind of stuff. I'll put some photos of what I did for Valentine's Day and Christmas to give you an idea, this past Christmas and stuff like that. I'll also run through how I bring my photos into my editing software and how I quickly and efficiently update all of the contrasts and things like that, because the last thing you need to do as a small business owner is waste a lot of time when you need to be creating constantly. So I totally feel ya, I'm right there with you. And without further ado, let's get right onto this video. I wanted to do a quick little run through before I jump into batch editing, and I just wanted to tell you about my thought process and how I set up my station before I start taking pictures. So here is what I generally like to do, is take out some heavy cardstock, different colors, make sure I'm close to a very lit open window, usually in the AM, because then in the PM I get afternoon light in this window, so that is absolutely a no-go. And then I just have a little bag, a pencil case really, of all the different things that I like to use, generally speaking, unless it's holidays, for my props is the best way to explain it. So I have a lot of things like sticky notes and little paper clips and paper ties and that kind of stuff. Lots and lots of different sparkles and things like that, as well as fun things like rope or a pencil, a blue pencil, which is a way that I like to draw ever since I was in university. So I'll just organize myself a little bit, sprinkle on some of the decoration on the surface that I will be using. And I mean, this isn't a clean process, but this is how I get the best looking images, really. You just gotta play around with things. Sometimes it's a great idea to go to the dollar store and see what you can find there to help you out. So here are all the pictures that I'm going to be, or all the stickers I will be taking pictures of today. And this theme was self-care at the time. And yeah, it's all about trial and error. Here's the camera that I like to use. This is a Canon Rebel T6i. You definitely don't need to use something like this, but this is just one of my favorite cameras to use, and that's why I use it. It is a digital mirror camera, if you were wondering. So from there, I will just organize which stickers I will be taking pictures of first. And the big thing I would suggest is taking a lot. The more you have, then the less likely you're going to have to go back in later to have to adjust and take more pictures. So here I am just organizing the different things I want in my camera view. And then I'll turn on my camera, see what it looks like through the viewfinder, and sometimes it's not close enough. I'll shift around some of the material that I'm using, and then other times I'll just go with it. And here is a quick little image as to what that looks like so far. And then it's time to take lots and lots of different camera angles, also close-ups, further away shots, you holding it, and things like that. And I just wanted to speed this up just to give you an idea of what the process is, because I don't think people realize how long of a process really taking pictures can be, and editing them, listing them, and blah blah blah. You know, as a small artist, you got to do it all, right? So this is just another step in the process that I absolutely love, but definitely something to think about when you are working. Gotta give your... So I just wanted to show you guys what everything looks like close up on this camera that I'm using to film everything, just to give you a little bit of a behind the scenes kind of thing. So these are the basic tools that I like to use when I have props. And then, like I said, at different times of the year, I'll have candies and different holiday type items. But yeah, I also wanted to give you a little image of what these all looked like finally processed. So I'll insert that here. And let's talk about how to batch edit everything. All right, we are back. At this point, you should have all of your pictures taken and also bring them onto your computer. The big thing I'm going to suggest is keep a backup copy on your camera, which is kind of funny because it's the camera that I am recording on right now. Make sure you have a backup copy, because sometimes you can go a little too overboard with your images and then you need to revert, and that is the best way to be able to do that. So as you can see, a lot of my images, I didn't correct the colors on my camera on purpose because I wanted to go through these with you guys on the computer. Now I'm going to be using Photoshop. You can pretty much do this with any software out there. I'm also going to go through, and any image that is for some reason turned up this way, I just double click on them and then I will rotate them so they turn up the right way. The first thing that I'll do is I will copy the image, my first image, it doesn't really matter which one it is, and then paste it. The reason why I do this is because I'm going to use this as my template image, and then from there it will autocorrect the rest of them. So the next thing is going to be open up your program. I'm using Photoshop. So here is my image. The thing that you're going to be looking for is actions. You can either find it on the side here, or if you don't see this on the side, you're going to want to go to Window, and then you're just going to look for Actions, or you're going to hit Alt F9 and it should bring it up. We're going to make a new action and you're going to hit Record. Then from here, this is where we're going to be doing our color correction. So I like to boost up the saturation, just make everything pop a little bit more. So I hit Control Alt and U brings that up, the hue and saturation. And then from here, you can see what it looks like before and after, but I want to crank this up even more. So I'm gonna really crank it. And then you can also adjust the lightness here, but I'm gonna say don't do too much because that's going to really wash out your image. Then you can hit OK. Then from there, I like to go into my levels. So again, it's all Control Alt and L for levels. And I like to hold Control and Alt and hit Reset right here because it will take on the information that you had previous. So we're just gonna hit Reset. I'm going to make this a little bit clearer to see, maybe add in a little bit more darkness to it, and then the middle slider here, I will just bring that over even more. And again, you can see what it looked like before and after. We're really brightening up the image here. I'm gonna go even more because I find it a little bit dark. Hit OK. And then the last step I like to do here is shrink the image because mine takes really big pictures when I'm using my digital SLR. And another thing I really wanted to point out is that you can do this with any kind of camera. It could be your phone. I've got a really old clunky phone, but the newer phones take really beautiful pictures, so don't be afraid to use what you already have on hand. So the last thing we're going to hit is Control Alt again, they're your best friends, and I. And then from here, we're going to resize everything. So mine is always width at 6,000 and height at 4,000. I just put this down to, oops. Make sure you have your constraint selected here, because this means that whatever you do to one, it will do to the other. So now that I put in a number here, it will shrink the other one for me, which is great, because if you don't, it will only shrink on the width or just the height, and it's going to really warp your image. So always make sure that when you are doing your image corrections that you have this on. Then we're gonna hit OK. It will shrink it. I'm just gonna hit Control S is save, and then I'm gonna hit OK, and we are done here. So as you can see here, it has all the actions we did for this one image. I'm gonna hit stop because we have everything we need. I'm also going to close this, and so what we're going to do is go to File, Automate, and this is called batching. The action is whichever one you just created. So this is action 8. We're going to choose a folder, or you can hit override action, open commands, or you can say it's on opened files only, but I'm going to search for it. I have this in my D drive. There, I've found where my image is. You can also say what you want to happen. After this, I want it to save and close. I'm just gonna hit OK, and then what it's gonna do is it's gonna go through all of the images. As you can see, sometimes it goes really quickly, sometimes it doesn't, depends on how many images you have, so just let it do its thing. The cool thing is you can actually open them up here and see them go through, and as you can see, it's also color correcting the one that we had adjusted in the first place. You can just delete this one, so hit just delete on your keyboard, and then just let it do its thing, and then you're good to go. At this point, all the images are done. Let me show you what some of them ended up looking like. I am so excited with how they look and the vibrancy and everything. I think it just looks super amazing. As you can see, I hope you guys found this kind of video super helpful, and if you got this far in the video, put a little heart in the comment section below and let me know what you guys thought of this video. I hope to see you guys on the next one, and I'll see you later. Bye!